Hi there, this is P.O. from the Travel Life channel. Recently, I have had questions from a few first-time cruisers on the basics of cruising. To that end, I made this video to assist new cruisers so that they will enjoy the experience as much as I do. The one important thing that I will recommend to everyone is to do your research online. There is a ton of information available. All right, let's get on with it. One of the first things to consider when planning your cruise is the destination. There are countless options to choose from. Whether you're dreaming of sunny beaches in the Caribbean, majestic fjords in Alaska, the islands of Hawaii, or historic cities in Europe, do some research to find a destination that suits your interests and budget. Important to remember when you think of a budget is that your cruise fare will not be your only expense. You will need to add transportation to and from the cruise port, travel insurance, and other additional costs, such as excursions and onboard expenses like drinks, internet and crew appreciation, or gratuities that are commonly added to your bill automatically on a daily basis. Another important thing to consider that will also affect your budget is how long of a cruise you want to go on and when. Cruises vary from short 3 to 5 days, medium 6 to 9 days, and long 10+ days. Next up, you'll want to choose the right cruise line for your vacation. Each cruise line offers a unique experience, from family-friendly fun to luxury escapes. Consider factors like onboard activities, dining options, and cabin choices when making your decision. As far as budgeting goes, it's understandable that luxury escapes will be more expensive than a typical cruise. Different cruise lines cater to different groups. For example, lines like Carnival cater more to the younger crowd, Disney caters more to families with younger children. Princess caters more to a mature crowd, and there are some that try to cater to all crowds like Royal Caribbean. Catering to solo cruisers, though, as far as pricing is concerned, is pretty well non-existent. Prices are always quoted as double occupancy. You'll need to consider the size of the ship. Do you prefer large crowds on a ship with 5,000 to 6,000 passengers, or a smaller ship with anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 passengers? Some Google research on the cruise line website will educate you on what the ship looks like, deck layouts, and numbers of passengers and crews. All the cruise lines have information along with deck plans of all their ships on their websites. Once you have decided on a cruise line, destination, number of days, and when you want to go on your cruise, you are ready to book your vacation. At this point, you can either visit a local travel agent, book through the cruise line travel agent, book through one of the many vacation booking agencies like Cruise Direct or Expedia, or book the only way I have ever booked and the way I will be explaining to you on this video. And that is booking directly on the cruise line website. This is the way I do it, and it seems to work for me perfectly. Let me begin with this. As you are booking on the cruise line website, you can stop the process at any time, right up to the payment option at the end. There is no obligation for you to continue, but you will know exactly how much the cruise will cost you, including all perks, taxes, travel protection, and port fees. The only cost that will be missing will be your excursion costs that you can look up separately. Excursions are not reserved and paid for until you have booked your cruise. Before I start off with the procedure, I want to note that if you're a retired person like myself and time or destination are not limitations, you can get some really good deals on last-minute cruises. There is an option to look at last-minute cruises, and you can usually book these up to 2 months in advance. The closer you get to the cruise date, the better the price, but you also take the chance on the cruise becoming fully booked. If you live close to a cruise port, it makes it even easier to book last minute and gives you more flexibility. I like Princess Cruises, so I usually book on their website. I'll be going through their procedure, but most cruise lines work in a very similar manner. You may want to register on their site, as it will make it much easier and you can receive deals online from them in the future. The website is very intuitive. Once you have registered and are logged into their website, first thing is to choose your destination such as Caribbean, Mediterranean, Alaska, Panama Canal, and so on. Refine your search by choosing a month or dates that you are looking at and click on the cruises available. Each cruise will show you a departure date, the port of calls, and the name of the ship. Important to note is if the departure port is the same as the final return port. If not, then there will be an additional cost for you to get back to your departure port if you have driven there, or it could be a longer flight back home. At this point, you can open another window and look up information on the ship and port. Back to the Princess screen, you can also choose the number of passengers and the type of stateroom. From an interior cabin with no windows, an ocean view with a window, a balcony cabin with a sliding door to a balcony, a mini suite that is larger than a balcony cabin with a sitting area and sliding door to a balcony, and lastly, the largest of all, a suite. Again, you can open another window and look up drawings of the different staterooms on the Princess website, or if you continue, the system will show you a photo of the stateroom and give you information about what is included in the room. All of the staterooms have a bathroom with a shower, a desk, and of course a bed in either a queen configuration or 2 singles. You can see the prices revised live as you make all your choices. It will also show you what your taxes, fees, and port expenses are. Once you have found the right cruise, click on Cruise Details. On this page, you can see your itinerary and look at the shore excursions that are available. You can't book them until you have actually booked the cruise, but you can add them to a wish list so that once you book the cruise, they will be easily available for you to book. Click on Select Room Type, and on the next page, choose the number of guests and if you would like an accessible stateroom. This will take you to the next page where you actually choose your stateroom type. Each stateroom type has a subcategory that you will choose from, each with their own prices. Please note that prices are per person, and if you travel solo, you will more than likely be paying for double occupancy unless there is a promotion going on. There is a photo of the stateroom and a description of what is included in the room. Next, you choose if you want to pick your own room or have Princess pick one for you. For the minor price difference, I always like to pick my own room for the following reasons. If you're new to cruising, you've got to know that midship is usually the part of the ship with the least amount of rocking on a stormy day, hence it is more expensive. Nowadays, with outriggers, there isn't a lot of difference in movement between the front and aft, the rear portion of the ship, but I think that it is definitely noticeable. What I do like to pick is the deck that I am on. I do not pick a deck under the buffet or pool area. I have found that at night when I'm trying to sleep, I can hear chairs and tables being dragged around above me. I also do not pick a stateroom next to the service corridors for the same reason. Once you have picked your stateroom, you are asked to choose one of the Princess Specialty packages. You can stay with your standard package and hold the original price, or you can choose their Plus or Premier packages. The prices and features included in each package are shown, and the choice depends on your personal preferences and budget. Choose one and you will be taken to your summary that also shows your room layout and where you can choose your bed configuration. You then go on to fill out all your guest information. Note that if you have already set up an account with Princess and you are logged in, your information will be added automatically as the first guest. You will need to enter all the information on the other guests, if any. You can also see a fare summary on this page. Once all the guest information is in, you will be taken to your final payment page. You will choose here if you would like their travel protection. I have always taken it, and I have actually used it once to cancel a cruise when my wife was hospitalized. We had no problem getting the whole fare refunded once we provided a form filled out by the attending physician at the hospital. Payment only needs to be made in full if it is a last-minute cruise. If it's a cruise that you will be taking, say, a year from now, you can place a $100 deposit and make your final payment up to 3 months before the cruise. The deposit is usually refundable if you cancel before the 3 months. The rest that needs to be done, you can do through an iPhone or Android phone. To do this, you must download the Princess Cruises app from your phone, and once you set it up for yourself, you can see your cruise. Here you can do everything from booking your dining, booking excursions, or other ship packages. If you look at your profile, you will be able to finalize your travel checklist and order your medallion, which has replaced the old card that you had to use in the past with some interesting technological advancement. The medallion can be delivered to your home for a $10 fee, or you can arrange to pick it up at the port on the embarkation day. Please note that home delivery is only available in the US or Canada. What can the medallion and the phone app do for you? Well, first off, the medallion is about the size of a quarter. It does the same thing the old cards used to do and more. It holds all your ID information along with your credit card information. Everything you buy on board gets charged to your medallion. You don't need to swipe it on a reader at your stateroom door. As you approach the door, it will unlock. You will not need to put a sign on your door for privacy because your cabin steward will know through his device if you are in or out. You will also use the medallion to board or leave the ship at a port. You can wear it on the lanyard that it comes with, or you can buy an accessory like a necklace or a watch band that it fits in and wear it like a watch, which is what I do. The Medallion Net Wi-Fi is one of the best that I have had. Fast and reliable. With Medallion Net and your phone app, you can order a drink or food anywhere that you are on the ship, and the waiter will find you to deliver your order. The Medallion Net Wi-Fi comes at an additional cost, by the way, unless you have already purchased one of the extras packages. Using your phone app with the Medallion Net, you can set up a friend list so that you can look and see exactly where that person is on the ship. Great for kids or anyone that you travel with. You can use a number of stations throughout the ship to show you exactly where you are in relation to say a restaurant that you want to get to. It's one-of-a-kind technology. A local positioning system that only works inside the ship. You can also set up parental controls on your Princess app, and on boarding you can watch the compulsory safety video on your phone and find your muster station to check in. So now that your cruise is booked, let's go through a quick pre-cruise checklist. Ensure your passport is up to date and check if you need any visas. Pack smartly and as lightly as you can. Include essentials like swimwear, formal attire for elegant dinners, casual clothes, medications, and any necessary gadgets. I have a list that my wife made once we had been on a few cruises, and I follow that list on every cruise. In addition, I personally will not pack formal attire, but smart casual wear to wear in a dining room. This will keep my packing lighter, and I can manage with carry-ons instead of large luggage. If you would like a copy of the list that I use, let me know in the comments and I will provide it. Always have travel insurance that covers cruise-specific scenarios. Whether you're flying or driving some distance to your departure port, consider arriving a day early to avoid any travel delays. This will mean booking a hotel stay preferably close to the cruise port and then arranging for transportation to the port. If you're driving like I do, I find it easier to park right in the cruise port. In Fort Lauderdale Cruise Port, for instance, they charge $200 a day for garage parking. Well, that's it for my beginner's guide to cruising. Thank you for watching, and I hope this information will help you to have an unforgettable cruise experience. If you enjoyed this video and thought that it was informative in any way, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more travel tips and guides. Bon voyage and happy cruising!